Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I want to thank my friend from Pennsylvania for yielding. And I rise in strong support of this legislation. Of course, Mr. Speaker, President Obama's own health care law has now resulted in the direct loss of work for millions of people across this country. And one of the perverse incentives in Obamacare actually forces employers, through incentives in the law, to drop the number of hours that their employees work. This isn't something employees want. It's not something employers want. Yet it's directly there in the law where you get penalized. You actually get fined by the IRS if you're not doing this. When you talk about these impacts of the law, it's having devastating impacts on families across this country. You know, the president was talking about the minimum wage. The president has literally forced a 25% pay cut for millions of Americans through his incentive in the law that is encouraging employers to drop their workforce hours below 40 hours a week to 30 hours and 28 hours a week. Look, I represent parts of the city of New Orleans. Some of the best restaurants in the world are in the city of New Orleans. And we love going to those restaurants. So many people from all over the world love restaurants. But many of those restaurant owners tell me they love their workforce. They love the employees that work for them. It's like family businesses. And yet they're being forced, because of this law, to drop those hours of those workers below 30 hours. There's no reason for this, Mr. Speaker. This bill fixes this problem. You know, President Obama and the White House, they said, hey, look, this is a burden for poor workers. You know, this is freeing them up to do things that they really want to do, as if people don't want to be working. You know, one of the things they said is that you could go sit in a park and write poetry. These people don't want to be sitting in a park writing poetry at 2 o'clock on a Thursday afternoon. They want to be at their job working. And the law doesn't let them do that. Let's fix this. We can get this economy moving again, and it's crazy policies like this component of Obamacare that literally forces people to be dropped below 30 hours to address some new definition of part-time worker and full-time worker. These are the kind of policies that are devastating American families. This is what we're here to fix. We need a